I'm an Upwork top-rated plus AI developer with over 45 successfully delivered projects under my belt. Pleasure to see you here. My name is Max, and have fun watching this video. And my mind was kicking in. I was gating. What's up, boys? I mean, there might be an old lady. You also have a wonderful day. And in today's video, I will explain to you, rather if you are the male, why you may feel uncertain in the derp state. Usually it is represented as the brain fog. That's the term which we use to label this state of mind, and why you may feel shy and weirdly self-conscious, or what can also be said as paranoid in some extreme cases. And first of all, I have recorded the video on a topic of sex and status about a year ago now, when I was washing dishes in the catering company, which was working with the top Icelandic airlines, and the amount of money which I was getting paid at that job was extremely big in terms of the culture I came from. Originally, I'm Ukrainian. And that was, I think, one of the weirdest possible experiences you can go through. Because at school, I was just the dog's bollocks. Super smart, good at sports. I mean, I wasn't going to the gym and doing weightlifting, so I had a bit of saggy physique, which wasn't adding to my attractiveness points. But in general, I wasn't a popular kid, but I was doing kind of alright. And I think the path which was laid down to me by the system was something like the middle class lawyer. However, the way I was able to experience life was very weird because I was doing the brain that just brings this bucket with some sauce to this table and cut the meat for some refreshments for the airplane passengers and get like 5x salary of the super difficult, high responsibility, legal dependence, blah 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 lawyer job in Ukraine. So I guess that's the exact reason why I started learning about the status dynamics in us humans. And you may be thinking, why the hell are you telling me all this shit? And I will be absolutely, I like how some people pronounce this word, honest. I will be super honest. I could not understand why at school during the class, I feel like I'm literally on cocaine. But on the break, when I see guys and girls joke around, I get super stifled and I get brain fog, paranoid, low self esteem, self conscious, and all other no bueno adjectives. And now I can explain it super clearly. During the class, my mind saw that I'm bringing the value to the tribe. The angry, evil teacher is asking us students to provide the answer to some question. No one fucking knows anything. And me, because I love validation, I was actually preparing for the classes and I was handling it for the group. And my mind was kicking in. I was gating social status. So you see, I was getting those lovely chemicals for that's actually what we people are living for. Believe me, everything you do is only because it makes you feel good, regardless of the moral standpoint of that activity in which you engage, regardless of its effect on your health objectively, regardless of its effect on your even social position in general. As long as you feel good, aka dopamine, serotonin, GABA, and some other happiness chemicals are being released by your brain, you're staying there. And there is very, very, very little chance of you just quitting without some harsh and sudden change of your circumstances or just brutal intervention. Meanwhile, when I was on the breaks between classes, my subconscious mind didn't have the enough evidence of that I can just step into the relaxed, nonchalant, nonchalant environment and just joke around and raise the vibe because that's sort of the equivalent of getting a good grade or getting a good salary when you are in some non-formal social setting. For example, on the break between classes at school, on the smoking break between shifts or working cycles at the job, or I don't know, in the corridor between the acts of some seminar segment. And you recall, you give value, your status rises up, and your brain starts working like on the fifth gear, and selfishly for you, you just feel awesome. Meanwhile, if you zero slash minus value, it goes into the opposite direction. You start feeling self conscious, paranoid, scared, shy, tired, and so on and so on and so on. Yet again, when you focus your attention on the movement itself, on the goal of creating something beautiful in this world, aka on giving value. By the way, it does look like a cross which is rotated by 90 degrees anti-clockwise. Just the notice of how your brain starts creatively working when you are doing something like recording the video. And in case you guys want just the short form of the short variant of this video, then I will just give you the nugget. Get busy. Figure out how you can bring value to the society, whether it is humanity in general, or your little brother, or your parents, or maybe even your pet. And somehow we are wired, I guess, in order to preserve the tribes and maintain the social cohesion, to the nature itself rewards us with happy chemicals when we bring value. That actually now totally makes sense. Yeah, and one thing which I would like to add, this one is, it's not strange, but I will also add that's that this one is only applicable to the feelings going up, and yeah, just status equals feelings. So I'm quite sure that this works the same for women, because I do recall that in my class it was very obvious how certain girls were bullied, and the certain girl was the quote unquote alpha of the top group, and the other girls were just under her, whatever the heck it means. Meanwhile, there was the other group which was being bullied, and those bully activities were initiated by that other quote unquote leader, which, in my cynical opinion, is not the worst thing, only if that girl who is now more of adult realizes that her brain is actually functioning, because in order for you to be bully, you have to be able to resist the social pressure, and in order for you to be able to resist the social pressure, you've got to be smarter than the average Joe or Joanne if you're the female. And that just pure brain horsepower can be directed into something more productive and yield the same level of dopamine for that individual, but also create the value for the people, environment. Well, at the end of the day, it's all about people, so yeah, that's the most important. And what I wanted to say about that thing, it is that it is there is that thing called cloud, and cloud is your position relative to other people within the tribe, or with the invention of internet in the freaking galaxy, I assume, because not very far we are living not very far from the moment when we will become human beings, the multiplanetary species. So here it's where your brain can go haywire, because here you wash the dishes and you made the joke with your three dudes and you are the king of the world, but then you scroll Instagram and some other guy has a Lambo, and your reptilian brain thinks that you're not as cool. Therefore, you start engaging in the worse habits. Your attention span lowers, and you go into that downward spiral, which ain't good. However, again, as long as you are not identifying yourself with those operations of your just default mode network, and just the firmware of your brain, kind of ego level, you can just breathe through it, maybe do nothing for a while, because it's quite difficult to go from negativity to positivity straight away. Yet, let me, that's the N word, and you can go to P word immediately. It doesn't work this way. But if you go from one N word to neutrality, let's, I don't know how to abbreviate this one, so you've gotta enjoy my, you know, chicken, whatever the fuck it's called, claw, paw, whatever style of handwriting, to positivity. So that's one, that this one is what works the best. For example, me myself, I felt quite lazy. I was here Then I went to neutrality. I did nothing for 10 minutes. And then I got the replenishment of energy and I got the desire, the real motivation to record this video. So we are at the place of positivity right now and the positive upward spiral because I will post this video. It will get a lot of views. It will get comments. Hopefully it will let some guys get the perspective on their situation and eventually bring their lives to better place. And first of all, make people more aware of where their life time and energy is going. Because it's not that bad if you decide to do something degenerate, but at least realize what you're doing. But it sounds contradictory, because if you actually realize what you're doing, there is no way you will actually decide to do that thing. But that's the discussion for the whole other video. And I don't give a shit about the length of this video. And in case you are still watching, then you should like my voice. If you are not watching the video, then you don't give a fuck about my face. If you are not really fine with my face, then you can just put your hand in the left bottom corner of the screen, just cover it, just listen to me, and watch the drawings. Oh, god damn it. I only now realize that you must not be able to see the whole picture. Darn it. It would be a shame. It would be a shame. I don't know how do I move this. Yeah, I guess you now see everything here or here. And let me quickly erase this bottom thing. And yeah, just to come back quickly, so you just clicked on this video to realize why the hell you feel bad as a dude. And it is as simple as it is. You feel low status. That's all it is. Man, if you made out with 5 girls in a row and made $50,000 in a day, you wouldn't feel bad. You just wouldn't, because you would get validated by society in the form of money. So your status would be reaffirmed, and you would be clearly validated by the tongues of the representatives of the opposite gender, which would increase your chances of reproduction. So simple. That's it is that fucking dirt simple. And the final thing which I would like to add about status, it could go into the separate video itself because that's how interesting it is. Not only from the standpoint of evolution, but also from the standpoint of marketing and advertising your products. However, that's that the status within the tribe can be. Yeah, and by the way, I have got this concept after reading the book This is Marketing by Seth Godin. So you can just know that this information is accredited to one of the most respectable marketers in the entire world. You know, high status marketer. And the way you obtain the status within the tribe is via two ways. Dominion. Fuck's sake. Let me risk it. I try to draw this symbol. I guess it's called ampersand. Uh, it looks like ugly 8. I only now realize what means ugly 8. If she is 8, she can't be ugly. Dudes, do you agree? Or Have you ever seen Ugly 8? Like, what the fuck it even means? Maybe if you are in some top city like Los Angeles or Miami, then the 8 is ugly there because everyone is 10. But I have no fucking clue. Dominion and affiliation. That's how it's done. So, in simple terms, let me bring back the analogy with the screw. Dominion. I run the fastest. I can beat the asses of all guys, of all guys in the class, and I am so smart. I am good at all subjects. That's Dominion. It's rather. I would also say that's the ratio which is very popular in the pickup community. Dominion is rather value, meanwhile affiliation, again, drawing the analogy line with the school, affiliation is aligning with the group thing, so supporting the values of the group, regardless of how degenerate or weird those can be, and being nice overall. Being nice to the representatives of your group and being not nice to the outsiders. I would say affiliation is rather comfort. Yeah. I will go with these two terms because that's how Seth Godin labels these two phenomena. And again, value and comfort are more dating related metrics. But I know you motherfuckers, all day long we're just thinking about girls, so maybe I should use value and comfort. But no, F you. We will go with dominion and affiliation. And here you can, I think you must pick what kind of person you are. I think there is no other way about it, no other way around it. You just need to pick it. If you pick being 50-50, so like, yeah, 1 hour I will jump around that group, just being nice, and then the other hour I will study to show everyone that I'm a dog's bollocks. In this case, you will be the jack of all trades, aka the master of none, which ain't good because you will feel the just disproportional improvements to your life only when you go extreme on either of these. So you basically either become the bitch of someone who you admire, or you become someone who you admire. Yeah, I guess you can hear from the way I have phrased it which side of the spectrum I am leaning more towards. Fuck, I really can't imagine how do I like right now on the camera, but I think I basically I like Dominion more. Yeah, fuck it. I like Dominion more because it's more carryable. So in the adult world, so the world in which we exist, Dominion is mostly represented in forms of money, in form of money, and affiliation is having friends. And the thing is that even though affiliation may feel warmer and safer here and now, you are dependent on the specific group of people. And from just mathematical perspective, you are having less individual potentially to support you materially and maybe even emotionally if you comparing to if you go with the Dominion route, where you rather just well, I kind of understand. The most straightforward way to Dominion is to just be fucking dangerous. So going to martial arts, carrying around weapons, that would be the final and ultimate version of Dominion. However, thank Lord, we have evolved somewhat enough in order to intellectualize this desire for domination. And there are those papers or digits on the screen, we name it money, which allows us to sort of compile that status and achieve the dominion in the more abstract and intellectual way. But inadvertently, I started answering my own question, and the way you can have dominion is in the physical realm. I'm definitely not the guy for you to recommend to buy the gun. Yeah, first link in the description below. Actually, if you want to make more money because of all this shit, yeah, you can go and actually follow the first link in the description below. I am the successful freelancer who have made over $50,000 at 20 years old, just with the laptop and the internet and even less than 47 chromosomes. So if you have more than that, you're even more likely to succeed. So you should go to the first link below and you will get the access to the course, which will allow you to excel in the freelancing way faster than I did because I just lay out everything exactly on what you must do. So instead of spending the 8 months it took for me to figure the things out, you can just take the 10-hour course and just diligently stick to it and arrive at the same destination of the ability to pull money from the sky, earn wherever and however you want, and tell anyone you don't like to fuck off and do whatever the fuck you want. Because ain't it the most enjoyable thing in the world? So let's continue. Physical martial arts. I I don't know. Even though I feel like my status is raising, I feel lazy, so I will shorten my handwriting. But physical is martial arts plus money. Yeah, because money is a direct key to the material resources. Hmm, emotional emo emotion emotion. That's all. Emotion is actually developed by martial arts and surprisingly meditation because in terms of emotions you are your own worst enemy. What the fuck? You're your own worst enemy because the nature of emotions is unstable, and if you identify yourself with emotions, that's when you now need the frame to be dictated by the group, so you have to somehow affiliate with people around you in order for you to feel safe. But as long as you acknowledge that you are not your constantly changing emotions, so if we compare you, myself, whoever, to the ocean, you rather identify yourself with those 99% of the stable water, but not those. I know in this context it's gonna not sound very good, but you do not identify yourself with the top 1%, which is shaky and which are just waves created by the wind, earthquakes, or whatever instabilities the world may throw at you. And I wanted to add something else: physical, emotional. No, I will keep it that simple. So, in fact, the best thing you can do as a young dude is to find a way to make money. Obviously, practice martial arts and meditate. I also will add gym. Mm, yeah, and this one will also hit that status thing because you will be more attractive to the females, which will increase your status, will make you more attractive in a non-gay way to dudes, which will create the wonderful upward spiral. I was very chill in this video. I just decided not to trigger that kind of animation, which I indeed am able to produce using my voice and facial expressions. Therefore, I am double thankful for you to staying throughout this whole video. It was filled with value. Leave in the comment section down below what you think is the best way to gain status in the society, what you think may be some additional factors which affect our mood and state of being massively as young men. And just once again, shameless plug, first link in the description below. Make money online, increase your status, get beaches, yeah. Get to beaches and get their beaches. Fuck, I still couldn't pronounce it. Well, I'm not selling the articulation course, even though I'm a linguistic god. Just press the first link below, make more money, subscribe, share this video with someone who might benefit from this information, and watch the sick outro. No, there is not gonna be any outro. That's on my main channel about freelancing, where I share the free tips on how to earn your first $10,000. You can go to this channel in the right upper corner. Bye.